Anti-monarchy group Republic has called for an investigation into the allegations against the Duke of York. Calls for an investigation into Prince Andrew intensified after he was named in court filings tied to Jeffrey Epstein that were unsealed Wednesday night, but British police say there are no plans for a probe at this time. On Friday, the Metropolitan Police said in a statement, "We are aware of the release of court documents in relation to Jeffrey Epstein. As with any matter, should new and relevant information be brought to our attention, we will assess it." No investigation has been launched, according to Sky News. Anti-monarchy group Republic, which has protested numerous royal events throughout the year including King Charles's coronation in May, is among those calling for an investigation. The police have investigated countless historic sex offenses on the strength of accusations from victims. But not Andrew. They must open an investigation now, Republic wrote on X, formerly Twitter, on Friday following the Metropolitan Police's statement. The UK police previously said they would not be taking action against Prince Andrew in 2021 after Virginia Jeffrey filed a civil sexual abuse lawsuit against the royal. Jeffrey's lawsuit claimed that Prince Andrew forced her to have sex with him 3 separate times between 1999 and 2002, accusations Queen Elizabeth's son, now 63, has consistently denied. The documents released this week come from a 2015 lawsuit filed by Jeffrey against Epstein, who died by suicide while awaiting trial on federal conspiracy and sex trafficking charges. In the filings, accuser Johanna Schoberg alleged Prince Andrew placed his hand on her breast while posing for a group photo with Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, and a puppet bearing Andrew's likeness. Prince Andrew previously admitted to knowing Epstein but has denied any wrongdoing. In 2019, Prince Andrew sat down for a bombshell interview with the BBC, where he also said he had no recollection of ever meeting Jeffrey. When journalist Emily Maitlis raised the issue of a photo showing the royal with his arm around Jeffrey's waist, he claimed, "I have absolutely no memory of that photograph ever being taken." Following the interview, Prince Andrew announced his decision to step back from public duties. "It has become clear to me over the last few days that the circumstances relating to my former association with Jeffrey Epstein has become a major disruption to my family's work and the valuable work going on in the many organizations and charities that I am proud to support," he said in a statement. "Therefore, I have asked Her Majesty if I may step back from public duties for the foreseeable future, and she has given her permission. I continue to unequivocally regret my ill-judged association with Jeffrey Epstein. His suicide has left many unanswered questions, particularly for his victims, and I deeply sympathize with everyone who has been affected and wants some form of closure. I can only hope that, in time, they will be able to rebuild their lives. Of course, I am willing to help any appropriate law enforcement agency with their investigations, if required." After the civil sexual assault lawsuit was filed by Jeffrey, Queen Elizabeth stripped Prince Andrew of his military titles and patronages in 2022. The decision to strip her son of his titles and affiliations was widely discussed within the senior ranks of the royal family, a royal source confirmed to People, likely meaning talks between Queen Elizabeth, then Prince Charles and Prince William. An out-of-court settlement for an undisclosed amount was reached in February 2022. Despite his step back from public duty, Prince Andrew retained his title as the Duke of York and kept his place in the line of succession to the throne, currently 8th behind Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's 2 children. Prince Andrew has also continued to attend family events. Most recently, he joined the royal family during their annual Christmas Day outing to church. It's unlikely that King Charles, 75, would attempt to remove his younger brother's royal status or titles, as their mother did not take that step before her death in September 2022. But the Gertz Royals blog reports that the king doesn't have the power to remove the royal titles. Parliament can remove titles. But they will find it difficult in this case. The legislative branch, Parliament, or executive branch, Honours Forfeiture Committee, don't have the powers to decide if someone is guilty of a crime, the blog said on X. It is the judicial branch, courts, job to determine if someone is guilty. And then other branches can act on that decision. And since there have never been any charges or conviction against Prince Andrew, in the eyes of the UK government, he is innocent. There is currently a bill that would enable a monarch to have the power to remove titles, but it would have to go through several steps to be enacted. Aside from his titles, Prince Andrew's step back from royal life has been a topic of conversation that promoted some changes. Prince Andrew, as well as Prince Harry, who relocated to California in 2020 after stepping back from his senior royal role, was one of King Charles's counselors of state, royal family members who can stand in for the monarch on official duties if he is abroad or unwell. These roles are filled by the monarch's spouse and the first 4 people in the line of succession to the throne who are over the age of 21, which were Queen Camilla, Prince William, Prince Harry, Prince Andrew and Andrew's eldest daughter, Princess Beatrice. British Parliament decided to make Princess Anne and Prince Edward additional councillors of state in December 2022. The legislation was fast-tracked through both houses to avoid the potential for an awkward constitutional problem involving Prince Andrew and Prince Harry, the BBC reported.